So my name's Carlos. I work at Universal Cycles in Studio City, California, and today I'll show you how to pick the right frame size. So when choosing a frame size, there's really a couple of things that you want to make sure that you're looking at. One of them would be your standover height, which is how much room you have over this top tube on the bicycle. All you really want to be able to stand over it and have enough clearance over the top tube that you can stand over it comfortably without having, standing flat-footed without having to turn the bike to the side or raise your leg. So you just want to be able to stand over it and have enough clearance that you're not injuring yourself. That's one thing. The next thing that you want to look at is your distance between the saddle and the handlebar. So this is your reach. You want to be able to sit on the saddle and have both hands on the handlebar without being overly stretched out. And at the same time, if the bike happens to be a bike that's too small for you, you don't want to be cramped where when you do sit on the saddle, your hands are in, like, let's say a 90-degree position. You want to be stretched out long enough that you have a comfortable bend in your elbow, and that would be the optimum position for as far as your reach. The third thing to look for size is your saddle height when you're actually on the bike. Most people tend to run or ride with their saddle too low. One reason is most people want to be able to touch the ground while they're sitting, and for most bikes, especially mountain bikes or road racing bikes, you normally cannot touch the ground if you have the proper leg extension. A quick way to try to get the right leg extension is sit on the bike, put the heel of your foot right over the center of the pedal spindle. So get on the saddle, put the heel of your foot right over the pedal spindle, and slowly pedal backwards until you get to the furthest position from the saddle. Now, the furthest position, it is not the 6 o'clock position, but it's actually where the crank is in line with the seat tube, this being the seat tube. So when the crank and the seat tube are in line, that's the furthest position. Now, what you want is, in that position, you want your knee to be locked out. You want it to be straight. Now, that is not the position you want when you're pedaling, but you don't pedal from your heel. You pedal closer towards the ball of your foot. And then by ankling, by having your ankle move, that's where the extra distance comes in to have the right leg extension. And that's one quick way to adjust your saddle height. So my name is Carlos, and I just showed you how to pick the right frame size for your height.